Welcome back, baseball fans. Summer 69-72 carryover league. We are in the American League in a second round matchup of first place teams playing for seeding, overall seeding. Still with division titles to determine as well. That's also factored in. And it's the Twins and Red Sox. First, let's see what the stakes are. And when we go to the schedule, we find that in these top seed matchups, the Twins are 5 games over 500 in first place. The Red Sox are 11 over. So the Red Sox have a net of 3 games on the Twins, which means with 5 games to play, the Twins would have to win 4 out of 5 to be tied and then have the tiebreaker. So the series opens in Fenway Park, and what happened in Game 1 with a battle of aces between Bert Blyleven and Sonny Siebert? Let's go check it out. Well, folks, young Bert Blyleven, 1970 card, probably the first time he ever visited Fenway Park. Looked out in left field, saw that large green wall they have out there, and probably thought to himself, that's a monster. My goodness. And so, the Red Sox load the bases in the first inning, don't score. Then they do it again in the second inning, score twice. They do it in the fourth, score once. They do it in the fifth, score 2. You get the idea. It doesn't really matter too much. And Bert Blyleven looked like just the next guy on the block for the Red Sox as they piled up 11 runs rather meticulously. Got a lot of stuff off the Blyleven card too, walks and singles, stuff like that just happened to be there for the taking. And again, if the Red Sox starting pitching continues to do this, I'm wasting my freaking time doing a summer carryover league, because the Red Sox are winning the World Series, folks. There's no other way to sugarcoat it. Sonny Siebert, Louis Tiant, and Roger Moret have been the most devastating big three in baseball. Those names don't exactly sound too familiar. You must know that they all have at least a career year in there somewhere. Maybe not multiple monster seasons, but they're all on the same roster at the same time this year, and they lead the major leagues in ERA, and the Reds, it's not even close. And with the Red Sox offense, it's the same offense year in and year out. They can bash because of the ballpark and blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. You get the idea. So, it's the Red Sox world we're living in, folks. We just have to do what we're told, we guess. So, it's Game 2. The Orioles actually turned the TV set off by the 5th inning. They were watching the game. Cuellar and Jim Palmer eating sunflower seeds in the clubhouse, and they shut the game off after the 4th inning. They didn't want to see anymore. They know what's going on. So, it is Game 2 here. Do the Minnesota Twins have some fight? Do they curl up in the fetal position and cry themselves to sleep as their lover left them for dead? What do the Twins do? Do they rebound? Game 2, it'll be, for the Twins, Jim Cott. And for the Red Sox, it'll be El Tiante, Louis Tiant. This is his card, his 1972 card when he was 15-6 with a .91 ERA. He had kind of rejuvenated himself. I think he was away from the game for a year. He didn't finish well in Cleveland, but he turned it all around when he got to Boston, and this is his best year in Boston. So we get to see what happens. In Fenway, Game 2, let's get started. Cesar Tozar leads it off, and he walks. Double-A stealer, but Carlton Fisk's got a -3 arm. Let's give Carew and Oliva a chance here. Rod Carew, 57's a K. Tony Oliva, 56, is a second X. Uh-oh. Andrews a 2E26, and that is a 4-6-3 double play. Well, maybe you don't give these guys a chance. I don't know. Yastrzemski leads off for the Sox. 67 against Cott is a K. Carlton Fisk, 2-5, short. Petrocelli, 56, flies left. Top 2. Harmon Killebrew, 1-5 as a bouncer to short. Hal King, 69, flies to left. And Joe Haig, 35, walk. Cleo James, 3-6 is a K. 1 run in 11 innings off Boston starters for the Twins. Reggie Smith, 57, K. Canigliaro, the same thing. George Scott, 55, rolls a second. All right. Cott's up for the battle. The veteran. He's been around the block a few times. Easy Ed Crosby, 57 is a K. Chico Cardenas, 2-4, bouncer to short. And Cesar Tovar, he rolls softly to short. And Tiant has a no-no through 3. Jerry Moses, 36, single, 1-12, base hit. Mike Andrews, 2-8, short B. John Kennedy, 2-7, is a base hit to left field, and here comes the bottom of the Red Sox lineup, creating some base runners. Andrews will hold at second on the hit, so now we turn it over to Yaz at the top. 47 off a Cott is your single to right field. Oliva's got a -2 arm, and the Red Sox are like, yeah, we're not in a particular hurry. We can just go station to station. Bases loaded, 1 out. They're going to play back for Fisk, hoping for a double play. The pitch to Fisk, again, off a pitcher's card, off of Jim Cott's card. Triple 1-4, single ... and that's a 2-run single. You're going to give the Red Sox the runs, they'll gladly take them. They're not too picky. They don't need them off their own cards. Runners in the corners, 1 out. Now we're going to bring the infield up. For Petrocelli, 112 is a lefty question mark. For Yaz, trying to run here is a 14, 15, 16, -1 armor Cleo James, and he scores. Runner at first, 2 outs. Reggie Smith, he Ks. 3-0, Boston. Rod Carew, 2-5, flies to right. Tony Leva, 52, flies to right. Harmon Killebrew flies to left. Bottom of the 4th, Tony Canigliaro, 49, bounces to short. Cardenas is good, he's a 2-17, but he gives up a single. Well, the Red Sox will take it if you want to give it to us. George Scott, 1-9, center. Jerry Moses, 3-11, is a hit by the pitch. Uh-oh. Now you're getting mean. Uh-oh, wait a minute. Look, Jerry Moses glares at Jim Cott out there. Didn't like that location on that pitch. 2 on, 1 out. Mike Andrews. 2-9, short B. Can't turn the double play. And with 2 outs, runners on the corners, it's John Kennedy who pops to second base. Oh, so the Twins barely stay alive here. 3-zip in the 5th. Hal King, 67, is a K. Joe Haig, 34. Bounces to second. Cleo James, 410. Skies it in the center. This is Reggie Smith in center field, and he makes the catch. No through 5 for El Tiante. Yastrzemski, 112, pitcher. Fisk, 6'11", left X. Cleo James, a 3-8, and he makes the catch. Petrocelli with 2 outs. Pops to short. Jim Cott battling here. 3-0 game in the 6th inning. Ed Crosby, 1-8, and there we go, folks. The Minnesota Twins have a base runner. It's a clean single for Ed Crosby. A little smattering of applause there as Tiant loses the no-no. Chico Cardenas. Chico, 6'10", bounces to third. This is Kennedy. He's a 2-37 at third base, but he gets the double play. No big deal there. Get a guy on. Gets quickly double off the bases. And with 2 outs, Tovar bounces to short again. All right, that's how it's done. 1 hit through 6 innings for a Boston pitcher. Bottom of 6, Reggie Smith. 1-9. Oh, what's that? Double something. Double 1-6, base hit. Canigliaro, 2-5, double play. And George Scott, 1-7, triple 1-11, triple. And with 2 outs, Jerry Moses. Oh, let's take a look at a card here. Jerry Moses, he was the backup to Fisk's. So Fisk is a -3 arm catcher who's a 1, hits 300. And old Jerry Moses backs him up and hits 300. They also had Bob Montgomery in this era who would hit 300 or something like that. Anyway, 1-7's a single, and it's now 4-0. Mike Andrews, 3-6. Sky's the center. Well, the Red Sox and myself are starting to fall asleep here, waiting for the game to end. 4-0 in the 7th inning. Let's take a break a moment for station identification.
This is the Shrimp Trawler video channel.
Este es el canal de videos de camaroneros.
Enlightenment today. Break things up a little bit there. Non-carbonated and shake gently. Serve chilled. Checked all those boxes. Top of the 7th in Fenway. The Twins. All right, fight or flee? What's going on here? Down 4-zip. You've scored 1 run in 15 innings. In cozy Fenway Park, you got 366 hitting Rod Carew, 337 hitting Tony Oliva, and some guy named Killebrew who only hit 49 home runs. Coming to the dish in the 7th, down by 4. Let's see what the Twins can muster up off of El Tiante. Carew will strike out. Okay. Tony Oliva, he will sky to right. And Killebrew, he will strike out. Stretch time in Fenway Park. Fenway fans get a little distracted. They're probably back in the concession stands, you know, as their team easily is just dissecting their opponent. We're listening to the 66 LP, Dirty Water, the Standells, of course. Love that Dirty Water, yada, 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 etc. All right, bottom of the 7th here in Fenway. John Kennedy, 43. This guy's in the right field. This is Oliva. He's a 2-9 in right field. And the great Tony Oliva just dropped the fly ball. If you're going to let the Reds, you're just going to put the Red Sox on base. They don't care. That's fine with them. They don't need to get the hits off their own cards. Yastrzemski, 1-7. Let's take a look at Yaz. This is the 70 Yaz card. Don't know how this is not a most valuable player. I guess the Orioles won the World Series and the Red Sox didn't. Of course, that's now subject to change. So with this card, yes, it's 40 homers, 329, 128 walks. Oh, and by the way, he's an ace stealer. And he can play first base and left field rather well. 1-7, double 111 is a single, and it's quickly 5-0. Oh, how about trying to stolen base? But I don't know, we're up by 5. Be kind of mean. Hal King's got a +2 arm, and the Red Sox don't care about that. He's going to steal. Oh, yeah, he's got thrown out stealing. Oh, well. I want to have some fun. And shorten the game by getting it out. All right, so Fisk with 1 out. 34 would have been a double play ball. See that? And Petrocelli, 3-6. Let's go take a look at Rico. Something about hitting 40 homers. Yaz did it in 70. This is the 69 Petrocelli. Gee, a shortstop with 40 homers who's a 2E16. You know, Cal Ripken never hit 40 home runs. Now that I think about it. But in any event, yes, Petrocelli, that is gone. And it is quickly and embarrassingly 6-0. Ridiculous. All right, Reggie Smith, 2-2, rolls the third. 6-0 in the 8th inning. 17-1 after 16 innings of this series. And so the Twins would need the most remarkable comeback of all time to rally in the series. Hal King, 68. He's guy's a center. Joe Haig, 55, walks. Cleo James, 1-9. Let's take a look at Cleo's card. He was a Cub extra player. And the Cubs had, of course, Billy Williams in left field, so there was no room for Cleo, so the Twins picked him up. 1-9, homer 1 double is a double, and you have second and third. Ed Crosby, they'll play back with a big lead. 46, base hit off of Tiant, and that'll score a run, and we'll give Tiant the rest of the day off. 7 1/3 innings. He kind of poops out here in the 8th inning. And it's up to the Boston bullpen to finish this one out. And they're going to go to the spaceman, Billy, in the 8th. He'll eventually be in the rotation, probably next year. Comes on in the 8th inning with runners in the corners and 1 out, and it's Chico Cardenas. They got to bring it up because he's an 8-bunter. 2-7, and that's going to be a base hit because you brought the infield up because he's an 8-bunter. And now the Twins are trying to make a game out of this thing. You got runners in the corners for Tovar. They're going to play back for Tovar. 68 off the spaceman and gets a sac fly. And now they're just a 3-run homer away from tying this thing. Rod Carew. 68 is a K. So the Red Sox get sloppy in the 8th. Twins make it a ball game. We'll also have Cott leave, lefty and Fenway kind of thing, and go with Stan Williams in the 8th. Take a look at that Stan there. It'll be Canigliaro. 38 is a K. Defensively, they'll bring in Bill Voss to play right field defensively for him. George Scott, 2-5 is a single. Jerry Moses, 210, third B. And Andrews, 110, double 1 and 9 is a single. You got runners in the corners, 2 outs for John Kennedy, who is scored twice, 1 for 3, and he's your number 9 hitter, and he hit 276. 2-7, let's take a look at John Kennedy's card. Yeah. Somebody's got to bat 9th on this team, and this guy does. That's a single to right field. And that will score Moses, and we're back up to 7-3. Yastrzemski with runners in the corners. Pitch to Yaz, 46 off of the great Stan Williams, the not so great Stan Williams. That's another base hit. And that doesn't score a run because Kennedy's single was a 1-base single, right? Yeah. So that loads the bases with 2 outs as Andrews does not run here. He's not going to run. And it'll be Fisk. Carlton Fisk. 64 is a bouncer to short. Chico Cardenas, a 2-17, and he makes the play. So the Red Sox went station to station at the inning with 4 singles, and they got a run out of it. But 7-3 seems to be more than enough. Tony Oliva in the 9th. 47 off the spaceman. Single 114 is a line out. Killebrew 111 bounces to short. And batting for Hal King is Mitterwald. George Mitterwald, the backup catcher. 35 is a swing and a miss. And the Twins had a nice inning in 2 games, which isn't bad. It's progress, I guess. Shell-shocked a bit. And the Red Sox continue dismantling the American League. 2-0 sweep. Dare we say Red Sox World Series, folks. It's too obvious, though, right? There's got to be a catch. There's got to be a catch. There's no way it's that smooth. Billy, a hit and a K, a hit and 2 Ks. In relief, Tiant gets the win. Only 3 hits. Things got a little sloppy in the 8th, so he gets charged with 3 runs and 3 walks and 6 strikeouts. When we get to the stats, we're going to check the Boston pitching out. Stan Williams gave up 4 singles and a run and a strikeout. After Blyleven gives up 11 runs in Game 1, the Twin number 2 starter gives up 6 runs in Game 2. And he gives up 10 hits, 6 runs, but will only make, 4 of those earned, a walk and 4 strikeouts. 1-0-9, 0-1-0-8, 7-14, 3-4. 3-8-1-5. Twins put 7 men on base. Boston put 15. Easy. Too easy. But this isn't playoff games. These are seeding games. And so nobody gets hurt too badly. The Twins could fall out of first if the Royals sweep the Yankees and dust them 3 straight. There could be a flip-flop in that series. Because the Twins and Royals played a really tight first-round series, and the Royals are kind of co-first place team. And I think that's what we're going to find. So the Red Sox are now 22-9. My. They are hitting just .269 because their team ERA is .234. I'll say that again. Boston's team ERA is 2.34. Sonny Siebert is 7-1 with an ERA of 2.40. The great Tiante you just saw is 6-2 with an ERA of 2.32. And Roger Moret, don't forget Roger. He is 5-2 with an ERA of 1.73. Every Boston pitcher has at least one win, except for, oddly enough, their closer, Sparky Lyle, who's actually having a kind of a yucky year. So, yeah, 22-9. And for Minnesota, they fall to 19-16. And so temporarily, they fall into a first place tie with the Kansas City Royals. I believe, we'll double check that. Twins are hitting 261. That should be up. You got to do better than that. When you got Carew and Carew was hitting 400. The series was only 2 games, so I don't know if he's 60 for 150. He's hitting exactly 400 now. So 261 with a 390 team ERA. When you look at the overall standings, though, in the American League, see, where was Boston? Cincinnati's 24-10, 706, and Boston's 22-9, 710. So they are quickly showing themselves to be your World Series favorites until something changes. The Orioles are just scratching their heads with an 18-11 record, wondering why they're 3 games out of first place as the defending world champs. So that's going to be a fun postseason. Orioles at Boston in the American League Championship Series would be a pretty wild matchup. So if it gets that far. So the Twins, though, they scuffled here, and they have fallen now into a tie. A tie, I say, in the Midwest with the Royals. And the Royals will be playing the Yankees in the second round. So we could have a case where the Twins go from first to second and then back to first, possibly, in the third round of the tournament. As it, that's why I say you don't clinch until the tournament's over. So the Twins' spot in first place is still very precarious. And the Royals play the Yankees. And that'll be a best of 5 as American League, the top of these divisions are really starting to get tight here. Orioles, Yankees, Twins, and the Royals. Real tight show here. You figure the Tigers have to win that division pretty much, and the Angels don't have much, the A's have, not pretty. It is not pretty in some rather unusual spots. Oakland, not pretty. National League, Pirates, not pretty. Braves already gone. So, it's a fun season. Hope you're enjoying the carryover league. We'll check you next time.